meditation generally describes as a two-time meditation. One is called samadhi, and second one is called vipassana meditation. Tibetan called shine and alhagdong. Shiora neba alhagdong. Shine and alhagdong. Shine is more samadhi or a single-pointed meditation. That ultimate goal of shine meditation is to stabilize our mind, free of two extreme view, and one is called nihilism. No, two extreme, which is means in this case, two extreme view of two extreme, two extremes are laxity and excitement. Laxity and excitement. That's the two extremes. Shine or samadhi meditation is to guide it to our minds to stable, right direction, without agitation, anxiety, or maybe you can say excitement, which is driven by attachment, attachment of the inner kind of sense of attachment of sound, smell, taste, touch, you name it, anything attachment that lead our mind to be distracted. Second is, mind is not distracted by attachment or maybe anxiety, at the same time also mind has become as a mental drowsy, and which is more involved with it, gross level of lethargy, sleepiness, foggy, these things are known as mental laxity. So, in order to overcome these two problems or two extreme, view of our mind, also two extreme view, we have to apply instrument or maybe tools to overcome that two extreme view is known as mindfulness, introspection, and conscious. These things are instrument for that. Often I said a good example, if you take your dogs to whether you walk in a park, a leash is on your hand, and instead of you guide the dogs to go which direction you wanna, instead of that your dog can lead you anything you wanna go. You go to follow with the dogs. Wherever they lead, you go follow with the dogs. Can you imagine where we will end up? That's exactly our mind is led by agitation, monkey-minded. Even we have a control over the agitation monkey, we don't know how to control over with it. So until that level, and until your mind stabilizes, you constantly remember we're using right tool, mindfulness and introspection and vigilance. Introspection, vigilance, or cautious. These things are used to control our thoughts and mind. Fundamentally very important, which is not that easy to do. Meditation is like nurturing our mind, our thoughts. They can nurturing, grow properly, right direction, right aim, right goal, rather than lead into wrong direction. So it's a challenge that we difficult. We struggle with it. Every single us struggle with that challenge. Challenge our control, our thoughts, our minds. That's the biggest challenges. That challenge is very important. It's a challenge that not that easy. We put our own efforts to make a challenge to not to go not to distract our mind thoughts, then begin to slowly recover our damage and recovering our any kind of wrong path that we involve with it, and also stabilize the physical body. This bring us this shanti or peace, harmony day by day, which is difficult to do. We're living with anxiety. World is too much choice, too much colorful. Seems like every single things what you see, what you hear has a don't us to be going after, chase after those. Everything what you see, TVs, radio, everything is fit into those kind of desire, attachment to it, which is difficult, which is very difficult. We don't have heart and soul living in day by day. Doesn't matter what standards are we are, as a yoga teachers to as the businessman, don't have it, that heart and soul standards. Last 3 weeks, I took study brought India students, began to interact with the Tibetans, began to feel like, wow, these people are different than what we thought. One girl was shopping. She's buying a lot of malas. The guy said, "Well, you buy a mala, that meaning." I said, "I'm going to give gift to my mama's sisters, and maybe they can have malas." She was shortage of money. Girl who was selling the mala, she says, "If you don't have money now, it's okay. Take it as many you want it. Take my address with you. You can send my money back later when you got back home." She said, I was almost tears coming to my eyes. I never know any business people in the United States can do that for me. When Cindy was shopping, buying some dress malas for her girl, 5 years old, she showed that girl picture to that guy who's street vendor. He buys a couple of those, and when he's finishing, he bought it after he walked out. The guys chase after him and ask him, give it this small statue to your daughter. He chased after Sydney all the way back to there. I want to take this statue and give it to you, daughter. I have the same age daughter as myself. Yes, these kind of people are struggling day by day as we are, but they're living with some kind of, harmony, peaceful, least caring, not 100% is salvation driven, surviving. Everybody struggling with it. Whether you're a street vendor or whether you are a millionaire, all was a struggle, same thing. I think those kind of things, most things students take with it. This trip was started from the beginning rocking. We have stuck 2 days in airport. At the end of came out as best study abroad trip I have ever done before. I think this kind of thing, we need to learn. Yes, every single of us planet struggle with day by day. And we can make the best of it, what we can. Whether you're a student or teacher, whether you're a businessman to a street vendor, doesn't matter. You have to have that kind of heart and soul in it. Without that, very difficult. Meditation is wonderful. It's difficult to write guided meditations, write to meditation, and it's difficult because we don't have a confidence of the aiming toward meditation can gain us. Lack of confidence. Almost we do is just for imitation, which is lack of faith, lack of confidence, which is never gain to be like, become buoyancy, physical joyfulness, psychologically, flexibility, joyfulness, difficult to gain therefore. Require proper meditate, not necessarily quantitatively long minutes, qualitatively repeat it every morning, every day. Most important is to keep your mind so not to distract it. Any distraction rises, breathing, exhale, inhale, let absorbing itself, not chase after with it, which is difficult, not easy. You did it step by step, gradually. Even you are completely sidetracked, you have some education that you can come back and start all over again. Nothing like you completely lost. It's very important. There are a lot of books available, which is, like I say, important to that kind of books to read. Now this day, everybody talks about meditation, mindfulness out there, but without that kind of proper meditation, proper guided, they're not going to lead you anywhere. For that reason, very important from the beginning, right direction, right guided, right books to read, step by step, gradually. Nobody become perfect meditator day one. Even meditate to try your life, still difficult to reach that level. Do our best. Then you gain some stabilization meditation as a result of the samadhi or maybe concentration meditation. Then you begin to analyze it. Your mind is much more sharpened. Analyze it. Analytical meditation is required. It's based on logic, reasons to apply. Why is the most important part? Logic, reasons to analyze it, and to try to live within reality rather than living with it in a kind of, our own misview, misconception. One of my students was struggling in India. She found it her good friend, 20 years old boy, was killed by a car accident. She was very struggling. I have to pull her side by road. It's it's not that easy to let go. But we try to hold down to something. Making a lot of empty promise is not going to make any difference to us or other people. You have to know reality. Things like this, you learn to let go. Doesn't mean you not appreciate it, but they've been participate with you. Think about what they give it to you, what they participate, what you have, what you receive, or learn from that person. At the same time, you learn to let go, not to be attached, not stuck yourself in it. I took her with me a couple of temples and candle lights. At the end of, she's getting tattoo here called impermanence. Medakpa. It's not that easy. We trap ourselves into that kind of trap. Misconception, misview, we trap to it. Difficult to let go of that kind of concept. In reality, we don't have any overpower to control over anything. Our bodies need to be let go one day. Our family's possession need to go any second, any minute, goes away. You cannot hold down to anything whatsoever. These things that require analytical meditation, analyze it, applies logic, reasons to understanding, beyond the misview, misconception, or maybe assumption, or making empty promise. But that is going to lead you completely free of the negative deed or not. That's not difficult to do, but it helps tremendously not to become as terrible disasters, psychologically trap ourselves into sorrow, sad, panic, resentment, shame and guilt. These things are goes away if you understood that kind of concept of the philosophy. Much more steady, much more reality. It's not that easy to do, particularly without any background, understanding philosophy, not that easy to do. But you have to understand a gross level of concept of changing is that everybody can understand. Deep down we know nothing lasts forever, but sometimes we held down to something forever. That's our conception. But instant, our mind trapped to it. When I was living with mother was crying. She was saying, I wish you can stay here. I said, no, Mama. Since birth to since death, everything comes and goes. It's okay. I see her every 2 years, only 2 hours, every 2 years. That's a reality. Doesn't mean I don't love her, doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean I don't care her, doesn't mean that. It means the reality it is. That's how it is. So as all was, nothing can hold down to forever. The non-this impermanence, Tibetan called Metatva. To combine together Vipassana meditation, Samadhi meditation, can understand us, lead us, guide us right direction. Without that, we could trap ourselves forever. Now only we trap to it. The trap can lead us, in shame and guilt, etc., etc. Traumatic incidents, known as PTSD, etc., those kind of concepts. Vipassana means you need to think all the time. Reading is not good enough. Read it. Try to understand what the meaning behind that. More than literal. The Tibetans got 4 reliance. Number 1, reliance, not relying on teacher, relying on teachings. Second, not relying on literal meaning of the teaching, relying on definitive meaning of teachings. Third, not relying on not relying on sense, but relying on experientials. Reliance, that's how Tibetans do. They want to study with it. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Yeah, question. When you talk about vigilance,
Yeah.
trying to stop the negative thoughts, is that what you mean?
Yeah, a couple of different ways you can do, like we doing from beginning meditation session. One thing you can do, whether you're doing meditation session, breathing inhale positive, exhale negative, and with the totally same style of the meditation, physical gestures, back spine straight, very important. Otherwise you're going to hurt your, legs, the spine's going to hurt it because the back spine need to be straight. Little bit of quick is going to hurt you. So it's after your physical gesture, everything done with it. Breathing exercise also used as a healing meditation. Breathing inhale positive, exhale all negatives out. If you visually you require, you want to do visual meditation, breathing exhale all these negatives like smoke, black smoke come out from your nostrils and come out. Inhale positive, exhale negative, kind of like more like cleaning your chimney. A concept, those things are very important. Got a healing meditation, you can do that. And then best meditation is an ultimate way to heal is begin meditating equanimity meditations, equality, and evenness, almost evenness. Me versus them. Doesn't matter who they are feeling, me as a giving as a wonderful gesture or giving as maybe bad gesture. Someone kind to me or a bad to me. You think about all those things, even meditation, equanimity meditation is very important. Equanimity meditation, many different degrees of equanimity meditation, you can do that. Equanimity, me versus them as human being, we are the same. Emotionally, we have stuck with it, and we basic rights, to become happy or not become suffering. As I accept as agitated and total with my this and that things, same as they are. All those concepts you need to meditate in more equanimity meditation. If I were them, I would use if I were you, I were them, I would do the same as what they did to me. Those kind of concepts you think much more deeper level understanding. They call dependent originations. Dependent origination. Everything depend each other. Yet at the same time, yes, equanimity meditation is one thing. At the same time you have to remember everything dependent origination. Yes, someone yelled to me, someone physically or verbally said bad things to me, but at the same time I'm responsible to be not to become as agitated or mad or angry toward that person. That's my part, my participation. As myself responsible, not only their things. Even someone physically beat me, bleeding by me coming your noses, I have a chance to be generated compassion. I lost that chance. And I can take full advantage to be generating compassion. It become object of compassion rather than that object of the anger, hatred. That's all my choices, not their choices. I make wrong choices. Put myself into the wrong thing. Those concepts more analyzing is much more helpful. They lead to understanding compassion, love. Then that's the ultimately you reach that level. Then you begin to completely cure yourself. There's no trace behind the hatred, anger, thought, anybody left. Because you don't have this solid, concrete, good or badness, black and whiteness is gone. So you're not going to stuck with it. That's the ultimate way to heal. Overcome ourselves. Compassion is the best tool. And yet same time you understood dependent origination and emptiness, those things. Empty means absence exists by itself. Nothing exists by itself as eternally, intensely good and bad matters. Everything is dependent originated. So those are really helpful, a way to overcome that. We trap ourselves, these things, trapping our minds slowly goes away. You begin to understand what really reality going on. I think that's the ultimate way to heal, cure. Without that, very difficult. We feel like we with ourselves is victimizing or shame and guilt. Those things are put outside in it. Nothing's good things that come out. And it's not really something good things to held down to in ourselves. Not good. Okay, questions? In the recitation mantras, mantra recitations for purification. For purification, they require, in order to confess in the Buddhist tradition, the 4 powers. Number 1 is power regret. Regret means you have to depth of your heart regret something you could never ever going to repeat it to it. Or regret is the past actions. The power of antidote is the antidote to something what you done is chanting compassion love, recitation mantra. Power relying mantra, relying on teacher, relying on visualization, visualizing Buddha over your crown, cleansing over your negative deeds, relying, and at the end, in the power of the prayer and dedication. Those things are, there are many styles, many different ways to you can do that, way to overcome that. Definitely, yeah. Okay, yeah.
When you say there are many styles, many different ways to do that, is the prescription or the antidote tailored to the person or in their situation?
Yeah, person, individual. They are religion-oriented person. I will introduce them more recitation mantra, chanting prayer. Maybe not super religion-oriented people. I will introduce them much more philosophy. Philosophy way to overcome those things. That's what I consider. Depending on what they are oriented within involved with what circumstances. And then everything started basic level. Have to understand it. Equanimity is the foundation, ground. Without that equanimity, meditation difficult. You not ground to start it. Not ground to start it. Grounds need to be level. Anything grow. Before grow anything, ground need to be smooth level. Otherwise, one come later, one come in, one come shoot up, one come not grow. Ground need to be smooth. Equanimity meditation is required there. That's the foundation. That equanimity can build up a lot of ethics, morals. These things comes with the package, and that's everything starts from there. Doesn't matter what style, what we're going to go, direction matters too. Then there are people who are dedicated to it. Individually can be, I like to go dedicated to myself 3-4 days, purification, recitation mantra. We can go to retreat places, we can go private places, we can rent, maybe a quiet cabin, something individually can do to meditate themselves. We'll be happy to guide it to the right directions. That's also helpful. Tibetans go to retreat meditation, that's not talking about not much as silent meditation. We're talking about a much more visualization, recitations. Someone say, I'm going to go 3-year retreat. It's not talking about a 3-year going to be silent meditation, not talking about that. We're talking about a recitation mantra. Recitation mantra, it comes with it. Meditation, silent, these things comes with the package. The individual, they can choose to what kind of dedication or deity or Buddha they can dedicate to it. Then they stick to that deity. They recite in that deity mantra of compassion, mantra of wisdom, mantra of this and that things. That's what I mean by that. Silent meditation called 3-year, 3-month retreat. Any questions, guys?
So with that in mind, is it better to focus on, say you're doing meditations on wisdom or manjushri, is it better to focus on that one thing
Yeah.
for like a certain period of time, or is it should you jump around and do?
Yeah, a certain period of time.
Okay.
Like a Tibetan usually says, "Pe hajat and hachik madu, gal hachik and hajatu," which means that Tibetans are pursuing 100 deity, never receive one deities. Indians are pursuing one deity, they will receive 100 deities. So that's what I mean by these things. Not require jumping back and forth. I started from one, stick to with that, like Bhajasattva recitation mantra. Those things are really good. And purification, you can visualization, you can do yourself. Their visualization, they go much more beyond than that. Or you can do Lamatsangava supplication. We're doing Wednesday evening. Stick to with that. You don't need to be jumping toward everywhere. That's not necessary. Yes, there are a lot of times you're receiving a lot of 100,000 initiations. 100,000 initiation need to be 100,000 dedications. Then that's different. A lot of teachers, provide to students to do that, but generally that's not required.
And then your teacher would guide you.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
deity
yeah,
would be the
yeah.
appropriate one.
In Tibetan traditionally, teachers giving toward whatever their direction, then student their own. Never set teachers side by side guided to it because of very much Tibetan Buddhism is a much more free individual can choose direction matters. And teachers are not going to say you have to meditate this and that. A student can stand up. And teacher no, you ready to jump in here, come here. Never going to say that. I have a teacher probably almost 30, 40 again. Nobody could say that. Except I ask them, would you give me this and that? Any questions? MG have questions? Questions? And we're still not yet finished the Hasutra book. We're going to do continual study, and I highly recommend you to read that book. Even you didn't read through if you're not with it from beginning, highly recommend you read from beginning. This really good condense, and why to try to condense in a constructed Tibetan Buddhism matters too. That's very important. And next month, the whole month, we have Pema Rinchen coming up. He is a former Chen master of Devon Monastery. And he be here whole month. He guided us building stupa project, hoping we can do that. Then 10 to 18, we have 7 months coming into town, and we're going to do probably Sunday. Sunday of I believe around 11, 10 or 11, something like that. We're going to bring here for a healing ceremony, and then they're going to do Sen Mandala project, 16, 17, 14, 15, 16. They're going to do a Sen Mandala at Crescent Hotel, Eureka Spring. Everybody can join. I think that'd be wonderful.
Crescent or Basin?
Basin.
Basin Park.
They're all connected. It's the Crescent Hotel Systems, but it's the Basin Park Ballroom, the Barefoot Ballroom, the top of the Basin Park.
Crescent Basin, whatever.
Right downtown.
By the park, yeah.
And it's a top floor. Their room is probably 4 times bigger than this.
With windows all around. We should
Windows
have flyers
around.
Eventually, buses will have it.
Yeah, we're going to set up our own things, small things. Of course, they're going to have their things. They're good, side. They're wonderful lecture places. We can do mandala in one section. Someone will give a lecture. I think that's really wonderful for Eureka Spring. And all of us can go up there anytime you want it. Just sometimes better to go with the whole car together. And that will be something, think about it, not that big deal, 1 hour driving from here, but for considerations. And we will let you know all detail about schedules. And Eureka Springs schedules already a couple of times came out with newspapers. We could let you know, email you, everybody, what's going on with the next whole month. And I'll be go to Dallas probably tomorrow. I'm going to give their lecture before Dalai Lama's coming. He'll be down there very short, briefly, with the museum. I don't know what's going on, last schedule, I don't have a clue. They do have he's giving a lecture, they sold out to get insight and a long time ago, and ticket is very expensive, $150. And anyway, they're not in the seats to it. So, next 2 days I won't be here, but meantime I'll be here. You guys can contact me, and also come to my house, go get a lot of vegetables. Sweet charts grow like crazy, and we need a lot of things to get out of it, tons of them. And you guys, you don't need to go to buy a farmer's market. You can go to pick up a lot of them. You can go out there. If I were not there, you can contact with Betty. Betty can help you out for pick up those veggies. A lot of them. You go get those. A lot of tomatoes, green tomatoes. So that's all of us. And anything you want to say, guys? Eureka Spring, Fred, here.
Well, when the monks come here on the Sunday, we're going to do a potluck afterwards too, so that we can all visit, just like a snacks kind of potluck, so everybody can visit, and they'll have their Dharma store set up, give us time to chat with them and check out their store and stuff.
And what I can do, in the 17th of the Friday, I can take them down to Tahlequah, and that's so far we're planning.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to them much to them.
Oh, it's planned, Geshe-la.
Good.
Yeah, they expect, we'll be in Tahlequah at the Unitarian Church at 6 p.m. on that Friday. I don't have my calendar, so I don't know what it is.
Okay, so the healing ceremony is going to be Sunday, not Saturday?
It'll be Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday is semi meditation time.
Okay, and that's the 12th?
Much easier to do, yeah.
Yeah.
On the 12th,
Whatever the Sunday is. Yeah.
That would be the 12th.
beforehand,
Yeah,
not the 18th.
right. The week before.
Yeah, it'll be the Sunday before the San Madonna.
They'll be here 10. So anyway, we'll let you know detail about it, more detail, and ask everybody and surrounding people. Any questions?
Yeah, This
Okay.
card for Elena Morrison, some people have signed it, that she had breast cancer surgery recently and is doing very well, so if everybody that want to sign it didn't get to, if you want to do that, we'll give it to her this week.
She's out of good members, so let downloads, and please do so. Okay, let's stop here today, guys. Do our dedication on the little rest. I'm so sleepy.
May all beings everywhere
Plagued by sufferings in body and mind, obtain a mission of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvest. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may they never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other.
讲究宗教的某些嘛，这个那这种什么。